Lead based. No? No,
Building was built in 1979, so it was.
oh, no, no.
I'm sure it's there. So
It's still up there.
that is, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm Kate Beth.
Soccer.
Nice to meet you.
Ted Grant.
Nice to meet you. Welcome. I'm the assistant administrator for the town and I'll also support with the ESC. Hi Bob.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
You busy?
Yeah. Pretty busy, Bob. I was trying to there 12 hours with you.
I'm sure.
Oh my God,
It's gonna be huge.
it's gonna be so fun.
You like another Christmas party?
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be a little less impacted.
Well, yeah, it'll all, you know, it would be down at the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we get people up here too, but.
She was saying that, one of the organizers was saying that the teams don't play all at once, so it's kind of sparse throughout the day. Obviously at night when they have like the upgrade, 10 night party, that'll probably be pretty impacted down there. But, I'm looking forward to it, I'm excited.
Yeah, it should be fun.
The ice looks great out there. Have you walked down there?
I went by today and I noticed they had this Zamboni there, it looked like they had some other kind of like truck type machine as well.
I have a couple Zambonis and a bunch of equipment. Hello.
I don't know, they could do that.
On the lagoon.
Oh, yeah, the smaller, lake. Oh, Mark.
To the west. How are you? No, maybe like to the west.
Yeah. It's actually north of the lake. No, south of the lake.
Am I gonna be right?
Oh, I just got it.
Dan is on the north side of the town.
All yours.
Yeah, it's really confusing because the highway we tend to think runs east-west, but it actually runs south,
Right through here.
south, yeah.
That's always very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I was here for years.
Yeah.
You think the town.
Yeah,
you
it
said
takes a little bit to get used to.
closing off a section of those.
Yeah, but it's really exciting. They're putting 24 ice rinks out there for games. There's a family rink that people can go skating.
I would like to, yeah, I think so, I don't know why.
And
I think.
yeah, they got a big tent, you can go make drinks, you can watch the game, and it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be music and the band.
Yeah, I mean, if you used to go like, cause you could actually walk behind.
National.
But I mean,
Yeah.
you could, I don't know.
Okay.
But I mean, you could actually behind there, so you could get in there and run.
Okay, technically you haven't been a friend yet, but we all know it's gonna
I
happen.
hope so.
Could be right.
Plus, that's not, no, it's my baseball is there. That one's got a solid wall on. They have a solid wall at the other.
Yeah, we could definitely, we could do something like that, it wouldn't, I don't think it would cost as much at all.
Yeah,
We have the material, yeah.
So I realized when I was making Keith's binder that I scanned a couple things incorrectly for your binder, and so I think these are the only two things that need to be replaced. But just so you know, if you'd like to replace them,
Keith, you can join us at the table.
Yeah, sure, you sure? Sure.
he's technically not,
I'm technically not allowed to.
so.
Oh, you haven't been, you haven't, I thought it's been knighted yet.
Yeah, I had a good night again. I thought that was gonna happen this past Tuesday, but then I forgot February was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you might.
I was thinking, yeah, this meeting next week.
Yeah,
I think they're always falling.
so they flip to every once in a while.
So.
I thought I
we
could
put
have,
it on the next
you know, we got that concrete sidewalk that we're planning to put in between
They
the
need
restaurant and the
Yeah.
street. Maybe now's the time to do an experiment with
Well, you can.
stand on concrete that looks like my.
Awful hard vegetables.
The company up
So this is
in,
just because.
I guess, the guy up in, Southampton,
I scanned the pictures.
doing the stuff on the highway,
Yeah.
and it's absolutely awesome.
I need.
I mean, it looks,
And then-
if you didn't know that it was concrete, you wouldn't know it was concrete. It's really good.
Maybe inside the booth areas, you gotta try that.
Well, we have the material to do all flags. Yeah, it's one more, I think I got one or two more of those coming. Right now, it's up that, you go up to the Third Street parking lot.
Definitely.
it's up There, there's, I don't know, like 20 pallets,
Across the back.
about 80,000 pounds worth.
I think so. These are.
Yes, so you,
Joe's not gonna be here. I don't know, Betsy just for. Doesn't show up anymore, so. That's fine.
I'd like to see us start using Strauss Park. I mean, we have that nice fire pit down there. Just used the Christmas market and 2 or 3 other times a year, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
will say, Bob, it's very pretty, but it's not very warm.
it's outside. or
It's outside.
It's not as warm as a regular fire.
Oh, you mean fire pit?
Yeah.
Probably not,
Yeah.
you gotta let it run for. Heat up the walls.
We had like a fan in there or something that put out a little bit more heat. I feel like you have to.
Well, it's, I mean, yeah, you really just put it there. It's like 350,000 tons, it's pretty big.
No, you're not like, you're good. 1 minute to spare, Cindy.
Sunlight staying.
Isn't it nice? I know, if I just work on time, it doesn't happen a lot, but.
John, thanks for doing that.
Oh, you love it.
Bob, I'm interested.
I hope I got, it's the only spot I saw.
As far as I know,
Did you give it to the
you had a good weather. So
Did you get down to? Sure. I walked down there, so it's super beautiful. Probably next month, this year.
That's how the Christmas starts.
And then this letter, no, it's not. But I wanted to.
Needs to. We will try to see.
You're right. Oh, yeah, that's true.
See how much that tree protected that rookie. What? How much that tree protected that wall.
Protecting
But it also protected the roof. Yeah, cause you can tell where the tree was and where it wasn't.
Yes, yeah, so
I-
it did, definitely protected the shingles on the back.
Look, they look fine
Otherwise.
where the root tree was.
Yeah. They don't look like the rest of them.
No.
Gotcha. My sister lives in the city. Like, oh, their husband was.
Yeah, well, that's basically why I'm avoiding it. Have one fresh view. This is probably the most stressful week of his life, obviously.
So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm genuinely worried about it.
Fifteen years.
But I usually go through and get
And
cited.
his How did I do that change process? Like the worst law ever.
Yeah.
It's-
It is really devastating.
And like,
Yeah.
I like,
And I just.
and the whole town, the whole next week. It's just.
Yeah.
I can't do.
But either way, she
This
was.
is too, not much of a bummer.
It's not too bad.
Okay. Here, and
I forgot.
Okay, will you sometime?
Yes,
All right. I will see what happens with this, okay?
okay. Let me write it down or I will go against.
Pretty tough. It's a good thing.
Yeah, well, everything's on that. Yeah, because he's out of my house.
This one isn't even my everything. Yeah, that's the first one ever.
It hurt her more. She said, "Well, no, it's gonna
I was like,
somebody sharing that.
is it on the scale? He left this.
What hurt you so? 50 years later, have I missed something? Just didn't see it go, I walk by. No, but I fought back a little bit because it's so events, it's so crazy. Now, what am I looking?
Yeah, so it's-
Like deciding to give an award for the,
The one was talking.
All right, we can get started. How about a roll call, please?
Yeah, Joan Eaton, Sean Platt,
Here,
Cindy Neely,
Here.
Betsy Blakesley,
Here.
Mark Reynolds,
Here,
Bob Hamilton,
here,
Frank Ganzer.
okay,
Brent might be online.
No, he pops up if he's up there.
how about approval of the agenda? Anybody have any additions?
No.
I moved that we approve the agenda as submitted.
All right, second,
Second.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, audience business. Members of the audience will have 5 minutes to present any matter of concern to the commission. No official action taken at this time. Anybody here for audience business? Let's go. How about, old new business? 1600 Argentine, Georgetown Lodge sign. Anybody here for that?
They're online.
Oh, hi.
Yes, also, I just want to remind you that I'm gonna be leaving actually, so.
We'll sneak you in after this one, okay?
Let me promote them. And Brent is here.
Yeah, I think you can hear me now, right?
Yeah,
Okay, we got Brent on the line.
Awesome. Thanks.
Are the Georgetown Lodge people on?
Yeah, that's creative. Are they on?
Can you folks say something there?
Hello out there.
Hey, how are you doing? Let me clear this up here. Here we go. We're live now. How you doing?
Welcome. Why don't you, state your name and address for the record, if you would, please?
Absolutely. So we are the Creative Consortium, and we're here in Colorado Springs. We're working with the Georgetown Lodge on a reface of their Georgetown signage. Same business name. We're just replacing all the existing signage, but we have 2 additional signs that we have purchase permits for and a business license we have purchased that we need reviewed for passing for permitting. So I do have a decent amount of physical docs here that I can scan and email that way. And I can also share my screen with our designs that are under review.
Why don't you go ahead and share your screen with us?
Fantastic.
I was gonna say, these are useless.
I did print new pictures that are better.
Because this is.
Yeah, those are quite bad. I apologize for that.
Yeah, very useless.
Let's go right here. Just give me one brief moment while I'm sharing the correct screen here. Okay. Go, icon properties, okay. So we have here the Georgetown Lodge. This is kind of my breakdown of square footage and our materials as well. Just to give you a zoomed out look really quick here. This is what the addition to that Georgetown Lodge building would be. This is in guidance, and I want to thank, if anyone's here, we talked to Rick, Jennifer, and quite a bit with Kasia a few times, so thanks for all your help throughout the process. We have this capped at the 40 square feet allowed. It was 1 square foot allowed per linear store frontage footage. We maxed out at 40 square feet right here, so that's what our area is coming in at here. Scrolling down to...
Is that last one, is that illuminated or is that just painted on or is that freestanding leathers?
Those are going to be stud mounted, so they will float a couple inches off the building via stud, so it has a really kind of elevated premium look, but it's will be physically attached to the building.
Non-illuminated.
Not illuminated. Okay.
What are they made of?
This is going to be acrylic. I'm going to zoom back up. Sorry if I'm creating a little screen blur there, but we have 1/2 inch painted acrylic. So it starts off all as white acrylic and we kind of weatherproof it, paint it, and make it look really nice. All the hardware is painted to match as well.
And both words, Georgetown and Lodge?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So that is the first location on that long building that runs parallel to Argentine. Here's the location for that guy on that second building here. Scrolling down to our second additional signage, this is going to be white acrylic of the same thickness, same mounting technique, stud mounted, so it's going to float slightly off of that wall. This is going to be all white, and the frontage of that building is 40 linear feet, so we capped right out at that same 40 square feet in our footage here as well. This will be assembled in 2 pieces. We don't have a sheet of raw material that'll achieve this dimension with 1 cut, but you will not be able to see those details from the ground.
That is also not illuminated, right?
This is non-illuminated, and this is also, we've removed all verbiage or description of business in case this may not need to be permitted for that reason, but we're prepared either way.
Not illuminated means you don't have any front lights as well, right?
Yeah, correct. No wash lighting.
Good.
There is, if you see up here, to the top right of where this sign is mocked up, there is an existing, looks like a motion light or floodlight there, but that's directed towards outwards towards the parking lot as opposed to directly on the building for signage, and that's already existing.
There's nothing in there, it's not, I mean,
No, so far it's just artwork.
okay,
Yeah.
there's no text in that sign.
Here's an eagle eye view of where we're going to be with this guy right here. And I also have, if you want to take a sneak peek, we're just refacing all of the existing signs there. It's a very clean style, just like these here. If you would like to see what we're kind of doing with the ADA, the current signs that are, say, above the entrance or by the highway. I have that ready to present as well if need be.
That'd be interesting to see,
Yeah, wouldn't mind just taking a brief look at it.
because this building had an overall sign plan, so we're sort of looking at how the whole overall thing will then look.
The main idea of this technique of installation is to really just make it seem like these letters are floating off and you wonder, how are these attached? So you're not going to see any crude hardware sticking out or anything of that nature. So just to kind of explain that look.
Do you want to show them the existing signs we're refacing?
Let's go ahead and show existing signs that we are refacing here. Here's the old style here, right up by the highway. There's also by the entrance here, right as you walk in. Let me jump into our full sign package. Pretty exciting. So as we walk into the lobby, we're gonna have a welcome to Georgetown Lodge registration. We have all of our wayfinding signage for the exterior of those buildings, which I believe are currently wood placards with some metal digits on there. We have site-specific ADA compliant signage for handicap parking, fire lanes. And this is all because this is private property, so we can style it to the color palette of the business. We also have the van accessible spaces for those particular areas on site. This particular waffle maker directions, that's actually going inside, so that's not going to be on the exterior at all. Scrolling down, we already took a peek at this, so it should look pretty familiar. You'll see some of their main colors coming out there. Here's a really cool sign that we love. We did it for one of their properties down here in Colorado Springs, a similar touch, but this has a very Georgetown feel to it. Black backer with some brushed aluminum as an accent on that. So very clean, and this is for an interior sign. Most of these are. Yes, most of these, I will try to call out. So let me scroll back up here. Everything we have looked at so far is for outside, except for this waffle maker directions right here. That's going inside. Okay. So we're still outside here. And this is set up to where we would actually have the same type of signage on an interior, like an all indoor apartment complex or lodge or something of that nature. But in this case, we're just living outside. So this guy here, okay, here are all the unit numbers here. So we have our Braille, we have the 30 or 70% contrast achieved for ADA, no smoking, a little motif of their business logo there of the mountains. This is going to cover not only the unit IDs, but you'll see some internal signs and external signs for amenities like hot tubs, storage rooms, ice machines, things like that. We'll zoom back out here. Here's the reface of that entrance sign we just took a peek at, along with there's an existing plaque up there for Argentine Street. We're just keeping it all on theme. This very top sign is lighted, but that has already been. Here's that highway.
But that top sign already, the one that exists there is already lit.
Yes. Correct. That one is already lit. And then this highway sign that we're looking at is already lit. So all we're doing is swapping out faces. That's the only thing.
They are not becoming brighter or anything, are they? Same amount of illumination?
If anything, you'd be looking a little bit toned down on the brightness. We have a lot more black in the text and the kind of shapes. Those are the only things shining through. Everything else should be blacked out.
Cool.
And all
relatively.
of them are the same size?
The entrance sign and the highway sign are both the exact same size. This guy here is going to be a little smaller. I think if you drive past it today, you may see a blanket wrapped around that. I think it has like a Circle 7 or 7-Eleven, some kind of old gas station signage on there. But we will be swapping out this double-sided sign. This is pre-wired. We did not see this lit because it had a blanket around it, but everything is existing internally. All we're doing is swapping out the faces. We have this mirrored, so it points you into the parking lot on either side, and that pretty much wraps it up. So, yeah.
Okay, Commissioner, you have any questions for him? Comments?
Oh, I think it's like that.
Yeah, I think we're calling.
You're playing all there, you've got great signs.
Okay, how about any sightings? Do they have any sightings?
Well,
I don't.
we don't do, we
Yeah.
only do the signs when they are a whole,
Mhm.
Yeah,
whole
they're
tree.
not in the guidebook.
No, they're not, and we only see them, so,
So you just need a motion.
yeah.
I move to grant Georgetown Lodge a certificate of appropriateness for the signage and presented in their application.
I'll second.
All right. Any public comment? Anybody? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. There we go.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Just approved as submitted.
They're submitted, you know, it's a full property sign plan, which is why we see it. It's not an individual sign, we wouldn't see it. 91, please.
Okay. Let's do, 801 Sixth Street real quick if we could.
I'm gonna leave, so if you wanna hear from me.
Well, let's get up here and get you done then. What are we gonna have for us?
So I gave you guys a schedule of the conference, if you could indicate which, seminars you attended so that we can notify History Colorado for our grant. And I also updated the COA documents at the back of this packet, if you'd like to take a look at those. And let me know if there's any changes you'd like to make. I don't have any updates on the streetscape research right now.
I have a question. In the past, they've asked us to write summaries of the various things that we attended at the conference. Is that not required?
I think I'll actually.
Better just submit everything and see what comes. Okay, I have tons of notes if you do want to submit anything. They'll call them to. Somebody like to summarize?
Yeah.
All that's.
Lindsay Fooling, we chatted there, so she knows that we've done those. That's really it, what I have for you guys right now. Keith will be confirmed at the next select board. Any questions for me right now or directions?
I would like to say though that what we would like to see is to establish a little bit, we have a lot of staff items actually on this agenda. And we have a lot of things that we're supposed to be doing follow-up on. So I would hope that we could get something in writing about the streetscape at a next meeting. And I would hope that we also can get under our items to track updates that where all of them are, because we were told, you know, that people were going to be visiting with us at our next meeting, and I don't see them here.
Who was that you
Right.
know? Right, because, true, yes.
And we have spoken about making sure that at our demolition and neglect, we have something in writing from folks. And I would think that would include the folate and this, and possibly the folate and, whatever the man's name is, on the set.
Tango.
What?
Tango.
Tango. So that we have something in writing.
Okay. Can do.
Okay, anything else?
Yes.
Okay,
Say goodbye.
I'll see you all next time.
That's for Sam at that computer.
Okay, 801 Sixth Street, sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Come on up, tell us what you're doing. I mean, sit right here and tell us.
Just re-siding it with similar type of siding, except it's an engineered wood and trim of the engineered wood too.
Okay,
And the windows are basically gonna be wooden metal tie-out exterior. Pretty much similar to what we have now. There's also another project that we can incorporate them together, it's a small storage shed, which would be pretty much, there'd be no interior entrance to it from the building, but it would be from the exterior to store some stuff that would allow us to put something else in the office.
we'll probably have to see a set of plans for that, elevations.
We kind of should.
All I have is some keys.
No, we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Take, yeah, thanks.
Here, that's gonna have a cement base.
Yeah,
That's where it's gonna have a cement base.
Yes, it would be attached to the, it have no power, no electricity, no interior entrance. Just to get some of the stuff out of the machine.
And it's small.
Yes, 3x7.
Yes, I mean, it's.
Whatever you
About
cover,
the size of a bus.
right, if you cover it with the same siding.
It's 3 by 9, according to.
3 by 9 by 1.
3x9.
Can I ask, right now there is a lap siding on your building, and will this come out as a lap?
Yes, it'll be,
Okay, and are we seeing it on the, this kind of cedar look.
Yes.
And what's your layout?
It's gonna be pretty much identical. I think we have a 5.5 inch now, it might be 6 inch.
Yes.
That's pretty much, pretty close.
You like to stay around the
Yeah.
five.
I think the plan says age.
And,
Well, no, it's not gonna be 8,
no,
but they make that in 2 different, well, they make it as 6 and an 8. The sample I got maybe 8, but I'm not too good.
and what happens to the trim around the window?
It's gonna be pretty much the same.
Yeah, right now there is trim around the windows.
Well, right now. And it's, I mean, there's a picture of the building right now. You've got it on the back, what you got.
Yeah, so there is a wood trim and a detail and all of that, does that stay? There's a pediment detail,
The detail may not stay. It's, I don't,
then will there be a wood frame around the window at all?
yeah. It would be trimmed on 4 sides.
And the corner trims,
Would be identical, 1 by 8.
okay. Anyone? Do we care about?
The corner film?
No, no, do we care about the pediments above the window? They are actually not really in keeping with our area, so I'm not. No. Okay.
Yeah, it's only on that,
We found that, and they are building up.
More cool.
That's correct. They are not deficient within the period of architecture. This last.
So you don't have to put that with the trim above them, so we're saying.
And I wasn't planning it.
Yeah, that's, yeah, but
so
But that's a
basically,
visual.
your windows are the same size that are, there. I mean,
Exactly.
so 1 for 1 window replacement, 1 for 1, siding and trim.
Do the shutters remain on the front?
I like the shutters.
Shutters? We need to know, and we need to know
The
that,
shutters are just screwed on, those could be taken off. Siding, say that.
They put you on exhibit D, so.
but I think that we no, because it is a visual change that the pediments above, so whatever we make it.
What are they called, pediments?
Okay. How about some sightings?
Got a whole list from. What's needed for.
So we're actually going by this set of drawings. Is that correct? We're going by this set of drawings, because I have a smaller set of drawings and there's 2 different,
They're not matching?
they don't match.
Well,
One saying hardy siding, one saying
Oh, no, I'm not,
smart
I
siding.
prefer the engineered wood. Hardy was an option, but.
Okay, so this would be the second. one.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where I saw the 8-inch siding. Too. So this is,
Okay.
sure, it's gonna sit on a concrete base. Do we have to? Make that?
Only if it's more than 12 inches, it's still.
Yes.
It's like. Right up again.
It's not really, it's not.
These, the architect drew it up. Very tight.
It's the agent on the coverage quadrants down inside to concrete. So. You're asking if there's a finish on the concrete? Yeah, there's no real finish on the existing concrete, so we're just matching that.
Yeah, it's gonna sit. The building's gonna be like, looks like it maybe 5 or 6 inches above ground.
Yeah, there's a minimum from siding to rent
Yeah.
grade of 8 inches.
So it'd be just another, so
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 inches.
It's,
Okay, sightings,
David Page on.
we're in, chapter 3, section 4, page 30. A, building details maintain simple character. A1, ornamental trim that is character of the manner which has been historically applied. It's encouraged in what they're doing. A2, consider the corner boards. And A3. And B1,
Are you gonna go to or what?
I'm in book 2. Yeah, 3, section 4. And B and B1, this is. I should have played these out. Good job.
B1 and.
Yes, that has to do with double hung, they're making proportions windows. Similar to those used historically. And then in chapter 7, page 68, windows and door. A2. If replacement is necessary, replace with similar features.
I'm not planning to replace any doors.
No, but you're doing windows, they say, windows or doors, so. So yes, you are replacing with a similar thing. And page 69, she said F. Yeah, well, F, maintain the ratio of windows openings to solid wall, there's that. And J, actually, yeah, J1. Windows and doors should be finished with trim elements that's similar to those used traditionally, and you're putting a wood frame trim around the windows.
What page in?
Page 70, and so that's J1. Chapter 8, she said. Yeah, this is, in chapter 8, section 5. And it's new building materials. I would do with A1, appropriate materials for primary structures include horizontal lap siding, and that's basically what you are doing.
What page in?
Page 81.
Okay.
And then she put B2, lap dimensions of siding should be similar to those traditionally, which are 4 to 5 inches, and we're in that range.
It's about 5.5 now.
Yeah, but we're in the range. And is there anything else? Is this a synthetic material? It's engineered wood,
It's an engineer, yeah.
but it doesn't fall under the synthetic material category.
No, but it's a new material.
Synthetic to me is like plastic, fiberglass, composite.
Plastic.
Yeah, this is more of a composite.
Right, but D says newer
Maybe
synthetic materials
maybe
may be
D1?
considered. And I would,
That would be like Hardy's plank and
yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
So you wanna do B1?
I'm thinking D1, new materials must have a demonstrated durability in this kind, have an ability to be repaired under reasonable conditions.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then we go to the shed addition. And in the shed addition, it is page 82. Chapter 9, section 2. A. And then A1. No. A and then A3. And B, 1, 2, and 3, which is that the addition is, the detailing of the addition should be compatible with the building, the side should be the same.
It'll be the same side.
All of that, that's part of what the document says, and so that's.
Page 87,
And B3,
page 87.
page 87, yeah.
Yeah.
Says the addition back from the primary facade, so it doesn't, you're not sticking the shed on the front. Obviously not,
On 87, is that just a bullet point or is that?
that's
That was all the sightings.
B3.
I'm sorry.
We have the addition being B and B3 setback, and B2 make it compatible with the building. And that's it. And I will move to approve the application for the re-siding of
So somebody want to second that?
I'll second that.
Second that. All right, any public comment? If not, all those in favor say aye.
I
Okay, those. All right, we didn't have any stipulations, did we? Do you have any stipulations? I didn't hear you.
no, as long as the lap is within the ring.
I'll get this one back.
All right. You are good to go. Thank you.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
So a house that was built in 1965
Mm-hmm.
and they re-sided, does it have to match what it was built in 1965? Or it has to be redone to match today's, what was an 1890 building?
But that's sort of a good, it's sort of a good question.
Probably
If
cheaper.
it's being, well, but if it's being repaired and you're not reciting the whole thing, then you repair it in whatever it is, because that's a repair.
Right,
But if you're reciting the whole thing,
okay,
yes, we will try to bring the siding into the characteristics of
Okay.
the sidings that are more traditionally
Okay.
used. And, you know, the same happens with roofs. If you're redoing a whole
Right.
roof, we don't want you putting 3-tab shingles on, because we want you putting real shingles on.
so the entire architecture of the building has nothing to do with historical architecture. It's a flying saucer or something. How do you put traditional exterior on something that is a Frank Lloyd Wright house?
I don't know that we have any.
No, I just. I just remember because it is an issue in the historical,
Oh, it's a huge issue.
yeah,
But if a house is significant in its, is considered significant in its own integrity for its
Right.
own period. For instance, this is a national landmark
Right.
district. We just went to a conference where we discussed this
okay,
at Key Point, so I won't go on too long, but our period of significance, it was from 1865 to 1893 to begin with. And we got it extended to 1907, so we
Okay.
could get some but what the town didn't stop that.
Right.
And so we have things that are significant to us. And this board has identified some of those,
okay,
Oh, like the library.
like the library.
Right.
The library's 1922 building. Like some of we went through a Swiss chalet period in the 50s. So we have a couple of those. We don't want them to disappear because they recognize a whole period of growth in this town. So if the building can achieve significance in and of itself, we're not gonna ask you to try to make it look like something that it isn't.
This was an intellectual question for me.
Yeah, well, this is an intellectual question for the
Yeah.
whole historic preservation,
it is.
yeah. And we heard a lot of discussion about the fact that establishing periods of significance for a particular area and not allowing them to also recognize what follows
Right,
does not achieve the thing that you're after, which is telling the story of a place.
right.
You can't just say that the place was born here and nothing else happened.
Thank you.
So, yes.
This was just a personal question.
Yeah, it's a wonderful discussion.
Absolutely.
Were, oh, last.
You don't mind moving 6 months a week, that's.
No, because we have a couple of interesting, mid-century moderns in this
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
That just sort of sit there and if we had all the time and if any of us, I mean, we've never had staff before, but a couple of months ago.
Okay,
And we're all volunteers and
Yeah.
if we had all the time in the world, that's definitely on the plate. Could we
Right.
please identify what we want to make sure we say in its own right?
because some of those are historical
Yes,
objects.
yes, well, they're.
And you're carrying them down as fast as, they're older buildings. So-
Yeah, yeah, no, that's
Good question.
very good.
Sorry to bother you.
Thank you for your time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we've done staff updates. How about demolition by neglect? Anybody have any reports on anything? 700 and 701 Tahoe's, Georgetown Museum.
Well, actually, that's what I was mentioning, in terms of what I think that we need to ask for is something in writing for each of these levels, because we have heard back from each of them, from Tangle, from Bukowski, and from the state, and I know the state has a contract. State also paid for one of the worst historic assessments I've ever looked at. The history's wrong. Wrong bill date on the place,
Yeah.
Well, they did, they assumed that a police judge deed means that that's for the first time anybody owned a piece of property, and of course, in this town, that's not the case. Anyway, so I would suggest that in the minutes, if we indicate that the commission is going to ask for something in writing from each of those three owners or representatives to indicate what is planned for the structure.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
absolutely. Right,
Um,
how about Excel update?
The town and the county and and historic Georgetown Harbor Inn owners in here have agreed to the town has it on their agenda, to a memorandum of understanding so that Excel can't really divide and conquer. That anytime Excel asks for an access permit or a temporary construction area, each entity will contact the other and discuss it.
So the board added a notification to the other parties.
Yes.
Okay.
And not only notification, but seek input from the other parties. And hopefully what we are going to do with that is then submit that to, that's what we're gonna discuss. Submit that to FERC, which is FERC. Yeah. FERC. It said submit that to FERC along with the rationale of why we're doing it, which means that we will also submit to FERC the Excel prepared plot of where the penstock elbow actually ended up. Because Excel is claiming they had a permit to put it there. And they didn't.
We got a permit.
Yeah, they had a permit, but not to put it there. And so So in a sense, we are sort of notifying FERC that we are having those kinds of issues.
We're keeping Excel honest,
Well,
we're trying to.
we are trying to. The other fact is the memorandum of, agreement, the MOA, that is required for his adverse impact to a historic thing. On the Penstock level, we have suggested that they do an update of the assessment of the power plant. So whoever receives it knows what its needs are. So they have some idea of, you've seen those, of what the cost of the needs are.
Yeah.
They appear to have some interest in doing that because they have asked 3 different firms to give them some sort of an indication of what range of price that would be. Christine Johnson has contacted town and said, know any of these firms, can you give us any background? And so we are in correspondence on getting that. And yes, we do happen to know a couple of those firms really well, which is sort of interesting. So that's sort of where we are with X.
Do we have any questions about Excel?
So much fun.
Yeah, I'm sure. Conceptual reviews, anybody got anything? I do. I'm throwing this out here so I can get a little guidance. The Ram kitchen, which is the center block portion of the back building, has a flat roof on it. And for some reason, Safeco thinks we need a guardrail on the whole thing. So my thinking is that we're gonna put a guardrail. Perhaps we could make it so it's screen the mechanical equipment on top. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking of how to handle it, because it will achieve 2 things. It will give us a guardrail plus a screen the mechanical. When I speak of the mechanical, I'm talking about the exhaust to
Oh, yeah, that was stuff.
and makeup area, and there's probably gonna be one small heater unit up there also. And I'm trying to keep it all on that flat roof and try to keep it off the top of the way. So that's our goal.
Something that they got,
Yeah.
you said it's a screen.
Yeah, yes.
I just don't know what would look appropriate as far as screening material.
Iron.
What are your choices?
Well, like a side. It's like,
I don't think we can put wood up there. That's gonna happen.
it's gonna have to be some kind of non-combustible.
That,
I don't know if we could do expanded metal up there. Stamp metal of some sort. I mean, it doesn't have to be real fancy, it's sitting back in the building.
and I think it needs to be black.
We can do black. We're not gonna be able to paint the exhaust to it instead. Simply because it has to be stainless. So it's gotta be stainless.
You can't paint the outside of it.
No. Not by code. And we always follow code. International building code.
I do have a catalog that there are different styles of
Yeah, I just,
metals and
yeah,
Get like slatted.
for screening.
yeah.
Yeah.
I come up with some, we did something at the courthouse, I can't remember what we went over there. We screened something.
We screened that stuff that was out front, it was right by the street.
Right.
And that screening, that's some.
That was a wood fence, I think.
That's what it
Okay, and that's
says.
what we ended up.
But I don't think, no, you have to do something metal, but I think that as long as it,
It's only gonna be about 30 inches high.
yeah,
We just got, 30, 32, I think is what they call it. Just,
and it's gotta be solid, basically.
no, it doesn't have to be solid. I mean, we can have a pattern in or whatever.
I wouldn't think you'd want it solid.
No, because you want airflow.
Yeah,
You don't want too much pattern, because you don't want to attract attention to it, you just want it to So,
Well, I'm just kicking that out there for now, just so you know which direction I'm heading. And we'll come up with something that we'll present to you.
What about like corrugated, but that would be solid.
Yeah, I thought about corrugated, but it's gonna have some airflow.
Yeah.
so is I understand that the inside is being replicated to what it was.
I'm not allowed to talk about that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Except that as you walk by,
Absolutely.
No, no. To answer your question, we are trying to do as much as we can under
under the circumstance.
yeah. We are not gonna be able to put it out.
Oh,
No, it
so
doesn't
the
meet, it
kids
doesn't
don't
meet
go
the code.
upstairs and downstairs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
But, we're keeping the front entryway the same way, the glass is the same way, the doors are the same way, the back bar is the same way.
So
The front door is not the same way it is now. It is going to the way it was originally.
No,
No? I thought what are they building in that entrance?
that's the entryway. There's another set of doors inside.
Yeah. So you still have the outside doors?
Yeah. There's two sets of doors, just like it was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just like it was.
But you
Well,
have that
yeah.
indented entry sensation, because it's
That's
really
why-
a nice piece of work that's happening in there.
Of course. Yeah, that's why we made that look that way. So it gives you the illusion of being the way the outside, and plus we're doing glass all the way up to the ceiling.
Right.
And, so now we'll let light in all across the front.
Now, did the bar burn down, the original bar, did it burn?
A lot of it did, yes. The front of the bar is gone.
But the back bars,
The back bar is fine, but the front bar was a reproduction anyway.
anyway, it was.
It's already built. So it's gonna look just like it did before,
Oh, great.
except we're not gonna have the wood coolers underneath the doors.
And,
But we don't see those anyway.
and why can't we have the balcony?
Because the ceiling height up there. You have to have, by code, you have to have 7 foot.
Feet, I believe.
And we're under 7 foot now. Because if we lower the balcony so it can be 7 foot, then there's not enough room underneath.
Right.
And bathroom on that floor?
The bathroom's gonna be on the floor, that was our other condition, was that, with the town, was to, put a bathroom on the main level. So it's gonna be back there where the coffee pots used to be.
Should be the in-stores.
Yeah, it should be, I mean, it works.
Should be.
There's 2 of them there, back in the old days.
Yep.
Ah,
But anyway, that's what we're doing, but I just wanted your input, I'll have it, fine. Yeah. All right, anybody else have anything? How about minutes?
On this thing, does everybody just wanna say what they went to and let us?
I'll look that up.
Right, type in?
Just send it to,
We just submit it to the,
Okay. Or not, it's just that it-
Yeah.
but it would be nice at some point, just to chat about takeaways.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes, we're supposed to, actually, did you were there for some time? And Brent, did you ever get to the conference?
I did not make it there, but I'm gonna watch some of the sessions that were recorded once I get past this deadline.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
And you watched some
yeah,
sessions?
I watch some every day and going through, I was starting to check off on the list, I need to go back because I don't recognize a lot of the stuff that I went to based on that description, I went by the thing that I actually told you what was going on.
Yeah. I agree.
But there, that was interesting stuff.
Yeah, that's just very exciting conference, yeah.
Yeah, they usually make us write up a summary.
Yeah, yeah, and they had some really good keynote speakers, I thought, you were there for the Invasion Places, and that gal and her approach, she was something else.
Yeah, and the film about Chinatown. There, that's it.
Okay, anybody else got anything?
Want to just throw it on the table, your idea of adding more booths, more permanent booths.
Put me on the training.
Oh,
What,
I'm curious, you're talking, they're taking the midsection of the.
we're talking about Strauss Park, so let's start that way. The south end is where all the wind is. Okay,
Yeah, the wind is everywhere.
well, wait a second. What I'm saying is, I think it would enhance the use of Strauss Park if we enclosed a couple more booths. It would encourage, food vendors and use other than Christmas market, if they had a protected area, a place where they could plug in their stuff, warm stuff off, and have a countertop in front, and have some sidewalls that were framed up, similar to what you did with the bakery, or where the bakery was at Christmas party.
Because the south end rules are that way. Now,
Yes,
I mean, the ones that go across
Yes,
the
yes.
south and not the, you know.
what I'm saying is, let's go north to south, okay?
One's along the KNA.
The ones along KNA building, you're talking about doing a couple of those in that are, more closed off.
Well, we make it look like the ones at the south end.
Yeah.
We could, I mean, I can, if we think that that's something we wanna do, now's the time to kind of float that.
I can definitely see doing at least one of them because
I'd do another two-packer.
I think we need a two-pack.
okay, but what happens at the moment, because we have opened that up to get back to the restaurant, which is nice. But you're right, the breeze that comes through there, but whoever is at that end booth at the moment, is in a tough spot.
Well, there's a wall of that.
Yeah,
There is a wall.
but it's still, they get the coldest, you know, right here,
Well, it's because they don't get the sun.
yeah.
I'm gonna be doing South Park all this year.
Oh, I know you are, but this idea, you're.
I think the idea is fine. I think it would, especially if we can get some people to come down there. I mean, they get this big thing going on next weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna turn the fire pit on. I would open up and start selling hot dogs and
Yeah.
hot chocolate and stuff down there downtown. But I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But we would have.
we have a concession area that is already there. And I'm all for adding another concession area if it actually gets used.
Well, I think it would work as a concession area, plus it would be nice to have some kind of enclosure for like, slackers and so forth, just to.
Something that's permanently set up.
Right.
I mean, we have. It would be a minimal cost for additional materials. We pretty much have what we do. I think I would put a concrete floor, and if we decide to do it, I just pour a concrete floor, we'll use some of that flagstone
Yeah,
elsewhere.
that's why I brought it up tonight, because I knew you were talking about finishing off the flag,
Yeah,
and that's what I think, you get time to try your sand concrete that we were talking about.
what would you, I'm thinking we should, maybe the time now is to take a look at the guy up in Silver Plume that does the awesome work on the side of the highway. Is that where he's from?
Yeah, he is from, you know, he works for an outfit in Summit, but he does do awesome work.
And I'm wondering if,
And that's sculpted concrete, it is not stamped concrete.
Right, yeah.
but I would start with him. I mean, could we get something that looks like, you know, it really looks pretty good like flagstone?
Well, I've never seen it work. No,
I've never seen anything like what he's got on hiding.
you know, the man is gifted, there is no doubt about it, that's a really interesting, even highway story at this point. But I have seen people say, okay, I'm gonna do my patio and it's sort of sculpted concrete and it's going to all look like flagstone. Well, it doesn't. And you and I looked at the library when they said they were going to do
Yeah,
something
exactly.
exactly like that and said, said, forget it, you know, if we're gonna do Flagstone, we're going to do Flagstone. And I, quite frankly, I think that as the town, that's what we should do in the places that are historic.
I agree with you there, but I think it'll boost the,
Well, the booth, you know, the booth, I don't see a problem in the booth,
yeah.
but the
Inside.
booths that are open, it's gonna be Flagstone.
There's gonna be Flagstone, but you see, what I would do, if you're gonna do it concrete, I would like to see us really get to be able to have the kind of tan colored concrete with the light, aggregate that we like, let it be concrete.
And we could do that on the sidewalks and stuff, that's what we plan to do. In the
Yes.
booth, I would take issue with that because you think you'd wanna smooth the surface so you could wash down these more easily and get,
Yeah, but concrete can be washed down easily, Karen, plain.
it's kind of that sandy finish, it tends to look like grease and dirt.
I mean, it doesn't have to be totally flat, like a brush finishing or something.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out. That's where we're kind of moving, and, if we want to give, ask Bob to go a little further with that, now would be the time to do it.
Yeah, well, I would go through with that, but I would not try to mock,
No,
like,
that's just, the concrete thing is a different thought because the current plan that's approved and funded is the sidewalk from Rose Street to the restroom is gonna be concrete.
and we're gonna try.
And we're gonna, you know, try to get the right, you know, the right mix and all that. I think that's gonna look. I would love to see that be Flagstone.
Yeah.
But then I started looking into that, I said, okay, well, we could do part of the Flagstone. You got the whole area down where you got the handicap parking and all that, and that's not gonna be Flagstone, it'll be concrete.
Yeah.
You got the transition, so it's,
The only way it might work is that, right when you come out from the booths, you do a wide section of flagstone there to break up the two pieces of concrete. So the concrete, separate the handicap parking from the bathroom with that stretch of flagstone in between.
yeah, that's where we would have to, because the parking space is down near the, you know, right as you turn in, it's right at that corner.
Yeah, is the handicap.
And that'd all be concrete, it's gonna go up to probably past the end of the building that's there. You know,
The handicap parking is?
yeah,
Oh, okay, I didn't realize it was that big, what, you got three
How many?
cars?
no, but you got, it's effectively two cars.
Oh, because of the van.
Because of the,
Yeah.
you know, the area that you can't park it.
Yeah.
And then it's got the, you know, the little trench stuff with the balls on it and all that nonsense.
Okay.
It's too bad that we have to do it.
All right, anybody else have anything?
I just have one question. I gave a speech at the University Club, and a very nice lady walked up to me with a big cardboard container of mugs from the sixties from the Ram.
Oh, yeah,
And I don't know, I mean, do they have that kind of thing over there?
we'd love to have them, I mean, we'll put them on display. We're still kicking around what we're gonna do inside.
There's 3 different types, and, my husband keeps trying to give them as presents to people, and I keep going, just wait till the Ram opens, because they might want it.
The other thing,
Yes.
I'm gonna take down Julia and Steve at the Ophelia's, because they're gonna be putting, I mean, they're the owners of the building, and they're gonna dictate what goes in there.
Yeah,
So eventually they're gonna have to, I mean, if you give them them, they're not gonna turn around and sell them, they'll put them on display.
yeah, I don't want them sold.
No, they won't, so.
Yeah,
I think it would be nice to be able to display them.
it's 2 Fasching and, 2 more Ram and 1 more, I forget.
Someday, if somebody needs a complete set of Tarshan mugs.
Oh, you have them?
Debbie, Corey's got some, Corey Lou's got some.
Oh, geez, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Are they?
But I've got, all
I have this.
Maybe I'll-
collection.
Maybe I'll keep the 2 Fasching.
Yeah,
of them. Yeah. But if you have Rand, you know, but except, I think that, you know, see, with the understanding that this is built in.
Yeah.
Rand.
but I think that would be a nice.
Okay,
Okay,
Yeah, there's two sets of minutes.
oh, there's no.
January 11th.
On one set, which minutes are we starting in?
Whatever you want.
what do you have in your hand?
Because I wrote something on.
The 11th to the 26th.
All right. Okay. Interesting to know. All right, if we're doing the minutes of January, 11th. Is that okay to start with that?
Sure.
All right, and the minutes of January 11th, on the back page, on items to track, Susan, under the Excel update, Mr. Ganser is compiling information from FERC. Let's get it straight. FERC is the Federal.
Okay.
Energy Regulatory Commission. And it's, Mrs. Bergen received a new emergency action plan from Excel, not CDOT. Okay?
Yeah, it's because I talking about CDOT with the trust or whatnot. I always go that way. Okay,
And on 312 Town Street, we did suggest the town send a letter to the owners with a notification of violation of ordinance, violation of certificate of notification of lack of certificate appropriateness regarding the steps. So let's not call them ground.
okay.
And I would move it must.
Okay, we have a motion, how about a second?
A second.
We have a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Next minutes, do they have any additions or corrections?
Well, it's interesting because I know vision.
Okay. Somebody want to make a motion?
I move that we approve the minutes of January 25th.
All right, somebody want to second that?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
A motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you.